Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, what do we have there tonight? Hello. I'm just going to wait for a few minutes for people to join us tonight. Who do we have there tonight? Hello, everyone. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. So, hello. Who is joining me tonight? Who do I have there to join me tonight? Hello. I'm live on Facebook. Who do I have to join me tonight? We are live on Facebook. All right. I'm just going to wait for a few people to join us tonight, and so that I can pass my message across to somebody tonight. Do I have anyone to join me tonight? Hello, everyone. Hello, who is there to join me? Right. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. So I have few things that I'm going to be discussing to us tonight. So I'll be looking at the camera, different angles, so that I'll be able to, I'll be able to be able to connect with somebody tonight. So what am I going to be talking today? Before I start my discussion this evening, I'd like to introduce myself. For those of us who do not know me, my name is Nikki, and those who know me usually call me Lady Nosh. And for those who already know me, I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedules to join me tonight. And for those of us who is watching me live for the first time, I also want to say you're welcome. Thank you for joining me. Right, what am I going to be talking to us today is, before I start, do you know what? I don't think there is anything, more pleasing to the scent of a delightful aroma. And today, I'll be telling us about the plant essential oil versus synthetic chemical-based fragrance oil, commonly referred to as perfume. So let's go straight to, let's start with fragrance oil, for example, right? You can simply say a fragrance oil is a combination of anything from 50 to over 200 different chemicals. They are all blended to mimic a particular scent. For example, we have lavender, we have jasmine, we have bubblegum or candy or ocean. You could get any fragrances from any, or you could get any fragrance, smell, woody smell, just name it. They have different type of fragrances that you could get. You could name them. They have a list of different fragrances. If you remember, I said fragrances are a combination of anything from 50 to 200 different chemical blend to mimic, a particular smell. So, in the other hand, essential oil comes directly from a plant source. For example, we have lemon essential oil. Lemon essential oil comes directly from the fruit of a lemon, the skin of a lemon fruit. If you see this lemon now, let me be close to the camera. Can you see? Right. You see the skin. If you can see clearly, I don't know. Can you guys see what I'm showing? Right. If you see the lemon, right, the lemon fruit, the skin is they peel the skin off, and this is where they extract the oil from. So this is a lemon fruit. The lemon essential oil comes from the skin of a lemon fruit. Right. The next one that I'll be telling us is lavender. Lavender is steamed and distilled directly from a real lavender flower. So you get us, they get lemon flowers, real lemon flowers. They stream it, they distilled it, and it comes directly. It's from the flower. That's where lemon essential oil comes from. And carrot as well. Carrot seed oil. Carrot seed essential oil comes directly from the seed of carrot. And carrot essential oil is loaded with vitamins, just like the vegetables. There is a lot of things, a lot of vitamins, vitamin A on carrot essential oil. So it is very good. So this kind of information, are like a food of thought for you to be able to know when you want to buy your daily skin product. Because why? Reason is this: not because our skin is the most largest organ, it is also highly absorbent, meaning that whatever we apply on our skin, it is easily to absorb into our bloodstream. So meaning that when we buy product, we apply it to our product and to our skin. So anything you're applying to your skin, if it is a stay-on product, it will absorb into the bloodstream. So we have to be very careful by knowing what we apply on our skin, because our body is built for it's unable to process synthetic. It's only known to store things, and this kind of things, when we buy product or when we buy some chemical stuff and we apply it into our skin, our body is unable to process synthetics. Why? This could lead to significant health issues. So we don't want to go there. We don't want to continue bombarding our skins, our body with chemicals, pumping toxic chemicals directly into the skin. This would also be creating more toxic environment from within. So we have to be very careful of what we apply into our skin. Having said that, as a woman, everybody will always want to wear our favorite perfume. There is nothing wrong with that. I love wearing a lot of perfumes. So I could give us 1 or 2 tips tonight how we can apply our perfumes on our bodies without spraying it directly into our skin. Remember, I said it is not good for us to spray perfume on our naked skin. It absorbs, our skin absorbs it, our body absorbs it, and it goes inside our organ. So I could easily just display something. Let's assume now you want to wear your favorite perfume. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody loves perfume. Women love perfume, men love perfume. So we love to wear our perfume all the time. So you can easily get your bottle of perfume. What you need to do, spray it on the hair like that. When you spray it on the hair, the mist is up there. Then you get your garment just like this, and then your garment is able to to go through the mist, and you see that your clothes will start to smell of the perfume that you spray out. Reason is because you don't want to spray this on your body. So your body will be getting this, your garment would be the one getting the perfume. So you will spray it on the hair like I display it, then your clothes, like that, go through the mist, and your clothes will start to smell. Let me give you an example right now. The reason why I said it may not be ideal for us to put perfume on like what's it called, like a cloth that is very transparent. Let's assume we have a colorful clothing like this, and then you spray your favorite perfume. Let me show you something. When you spray your favorite perfume on it like that, I'm going to bring to the camera. What do you see there? You could see the oil on your perfume. So imagine you spraying all these things on your clothes, and when you go out, people will be like, oh, what does she have on? the clothes, or the oils is all over your clothing, so you don't want to do that. Nobody likes to see all those things, and you feel embarrassed as well having that. But having said that, if you want to do it in another way, another tips that I'm going to be giving is that you could easily spray your perfume on your clothes directly. If you look at this garment, is dark in color, so different type of clothing that are dark, so you could spray there on your clothes. It will not show. Like now, I've already sprayed on this one, it wouldn't show. So this you can easily spray on this kind of clothing, and it will not show that it will not show the oil of the perfume. So you could go away with that one reason, and it will be very easy for you because you're wearing your favorite perfume. At the same time, you're saving yourself from spraying it on your body. So with that, and also I would always advise people to make sure you're buying or you're using perfume that is 100% pure essential oil. I know that essential oil is very expensive, but we should try as much as possible to do these things because of the health issue. All these things going around and things, all the chemicals. People are staying away from chemicals. So those are the reasons why, I always tell people to be careful of what we spray on our bodies, what we put on our bodies. So I'm going to go to the do's and don'ts when dealing with perfumes. The do's and don'ts. I'll be giving us some tips. So the do's, if you want to get a pen, if you want to get a paper, you could just jot all these few points down. So I'll be going to the do's and don'ts. So the first do's that I'll be telling us tonight is don't keep perfume bottles do keep perfume bottles away from direct sunlight. Reason why I said that is this. Every one of us, we have this certificated perfume, and we want to show it. We want to show the bottles. We want to show how certificated the bottle or the perfume is. But without knowing that, sometimes when we expose this kind of perfume into the sunlight, it will degrade the quality of the perfume. Like now, you look at this bottle, right? It is transparent perfume bottle, right? And this kind of transparent perfume bottles will, when you put it in sunlight, when you put this kind of perfume on the sunlight, because of it is a transparent bottles, the sun can easily penetrate into your product. So you do not want to be exposing your perfume. If you can see, everybody can see, you wouldn't want to be putting your perfume on the on the sun, I beg your pardon. So like this as well. So it is all transparent bottle, but there are some perfumes that is designed with a frosting bottles. What I mean by this is this: if you have a perfume that it is frosted this way, sun will not be able to penetrate in this kind of bottles because why? It is frosted. So this one is safe. It is easy to apply. It is easy to use. So you don't want to leave your perfume on the sun. You see that there are two different kind of bottles. This one, sun can easily penetrate into it, and this one is frosted bottle. Sun will not be able to penetrate. So there are two different things. This can be kept away from the sunlight, and this it's all right because the sun will not be able to penetrate inside it. The second do's that I would like to be telling us tonight is do store perfume at a the consistent temperature. What I mean by consistent temperature is that, refrigerator is, would be the best of storing our perfume, because with that, the sun and the heat and the sunlight will be protected because refrigerator has a constant temperature. But remember, when we take our perfumes out of the fridge, sometimes, especially with the women, we can dress for 4 to 45 to 1 hour dressing up. So by then you already take your perfume out, imagine, and your perfume is out already. So you don't want to be putting your perfume out in the you don't want to be putting your perfume out in the you want to keep the perfume constant temperature, because why? The temperature will start to, there will be no constant temperature. It will be fluctuating up and down. Imagine sometimes you put your perfume from morning to evening. The next morning you want to go out, you want to go to a party, and you bring your perfume out and you put it on the table or somewhere. You know that the temperature of the perfume will drop, obviously. So that's the reason why it is not ideal to put perfume in the refrigerator, because there will be no constant temperature fluctuation. So we don't want to put perfume in the fridge. So another tip for the dews is, do use applicator as little as possible. Remember some perfumes that we used to have, there are some that has this one. Those wands, we have wands, or some of the perfume has wands. So we do not want to put, sometimes when we use those wands, we do not want to be double dipping. When I say double dipping, we'll be double dipping the perfumes. So putting perfume bottles, putting wands in our perfume bottles. Sorry, I'm just distracted with something. Putting perfume wands in a perfume, we are double dipping. We put that in there and then we are taking it out again and we are placing it on our body. Sometimes our hand especially carry germs without us even knowing this, you understand? So when the ones, when we now double dip it, it will carry germs. So sometimes we shake people, sometimes we open our cars, sometimes we open our cars and everything, and our hands carry germs. So things like this makes our product to go bad, because we are double dipping. Put the product in, put the perfume in the product, and then we are taking it out and we are placing it on our hands, on our palms, and things like that. So all these things make the product go bad. We don't want to start double dipping. That is what I mean. And this is kind of the ones that I say that we use one to dip, double dipping into the product. So that is that for do use applicators as little as possible. The another tips that I'll be giving us today is keep perfume away from humidity. What I mean by humidity is that some of us, right, we normally keep our perfumes, our makeup in the bathroom, and bathroom is one of the coldest places in the house. Sometimes we switch on our hot water. The place, 1 minute it is hot, and the next minute when we switch back the hot water, the place comes cold. So bathroom is one of the coldest places. So there will be a lot of humid in the toilet, and sometimes as well we keep our makeup there. There's a lot of humid in the toilet, so this will also break down the quality of the perfume. So we don't want to be putting our perfume in the toilet, because there's a lot of humidity in the toilet. So that is that. I gave us 4 tips. The first tips, I gave us about 4 tips of the do's. The first tip of the do's is, do keep perfume bottles away from direct sunlight. Do store perfume at a consistent temperature. Do use applicator as little as possible. Do keep perfume away from humidity. So those are the do's. Then let's go straight to the don't, right? The don't of the perfume when you're using your perfume. Don't expose perfume bottles to heat. I will give you an example. There was a day I took my perfume out from my dresser, and I dressed up and everything, and I was about to leave. So I walked into the toilet. So on the hallway upstairs, I just put my perfume bottles on top of the radiator, and I completely, utterly forgot all about it. So I rushed downstairs, went, and we went up. So, during the winter time, during the winter time, the heater is always on. So the heater came up with the time that we set up. So the heater came up, and throughout the day when the perfume bottle was on the radiator, it was burning it. It was like cooking it, because the radiators become very hot. So that was the mistake I did. So what happened was that this would breaks down the bond of the perfume. So you have a bad quality of the perfume. So you don't want to be putting perfume near on heat. And also with the car as well. Sometimes we put perfume in the car, and sometimes when we go out, we eat outside and our body smell of food and things like that, and we don't want to make our body to smell of food. So we usually keep like a small bottle of perfume in the vehicle. But remember, when we switch on our vehicle, we switch it on, there is heat going on in the car. Either we switch on our heater, or the engine of the vehicle makes the whole car to be hot. So sometimes this does not help the perfume as well. So it makes the perfume to go bad. The bond that is holding the perfume will just break down. So we do not want to keep it on the heat. And some of us will live in a hot climate. We live in the hot climate. We want to make sure we are not, going back and forth with our perfume. So we want to be careful that we don't put perfume in our bag when we are going out and about, sometimes in the hot climate. So it will make the product to go bad. So the next one that I will be telling us is, don't shake the perfume bottles. Right? It's a myth when they say you should shake your perfume bottles before you start spraying it. It's a myth. Right. Let's assume now you're shaking your bottle, shake, you're shaking it. It will make the perfume, the way they manufactured perfume is that they combine all those products together, and it remains, it will always remain, it's evenly mixed. So there is no point of shaking it. It's a myth when they say shake your perfume bottles before you spray them. Because it's not like our orange juice, it's not like our fruit juice. Sometimes when we buy fruit juice, some of them separate. You see the fruit is up and the water is down. So we don't want to be shaking them because it's not fruit. So perfume are evenly mixed up. It remains evenly mixed. There is no need for you to be shaking it, because why? It's just going to break down the bond. You don't want to be shaking it. Let's take, for instance, now let's use Coca-Cola as an example. You buy Coca-Cola, drink half of it. When you drink half of the Coca-Cola, then what you need to do, put it down and start to shake it. Shake as long as you want. Then you go back 2 hours later, shake again, shake, leave it for another 30 minutes. Then go back to it. And then you say you want to open it and start drinking it. What happens to it? The quality would have dropped. By then, it will have accelerated, breaks down. So tasting it will be completely different from this first time you first open it. You understand? So you do not want to start shaking it when they say shake it, except it is mentioned by the manufacturer that you need to shake it. But I don't see no point you shaking it, because sometimes perfume always remain firmly mixed. It does not need to be mixed. So sometimes we accelerate it when we shake it. So some of us do not know this. I did not know this before. So we do not want to keep on shaking our products, our perfume, before we start using it. The next point that I'll be giving us tonight again is, don't buy used perfume on eBay. I know some of us will be like, oh yeah, why you to tell me where to buy my stuff, why you to tell me what to do, where to buy my product. Well, they said the experience is the best teacher. I'm going to tell you my experience, what happened. about 6 to 5 years ago. I went on eBay and I bought these Job Lot perfumes. I thought I saw a good bargain. Though it was a good bargain, I'm not going to lie to you. And they are top of the range perfumes. So I was like, oh yeah, I got the good deal. Oh God, I'm going to keep some to myself. I'm going to give some to people. So you know what I did? So what I know now compared to what I didn't know then. If I had known what I know now, I would not be buying used perfumes. So when they say used perfume, you know, sometimes it is not that it is used. It is sometimes it does not come from the real box, you know, the original package box. So some of them will say it is used, whereas some of them is fully and it is not touched at all. So get it right when they say used products. Some of them have not been touched at all. It's just that it does not come out. It did not come from the original box. So that was the description. When I went to check the description, I found that the lady or whoever was selling it, the seller, only described the product as didn't come from the original box. So I thought I had a good bargain. And as well, they put the pictures of the perfumes. All the perfumes, they put the pictures there. So you're like, oh my God, Chanel, you're mentioning all those posh perfumes, and then you're thinking you got a good bargain. And when the perfume came, I was disappointed. Reason I was disappointed was that there was some of them was half, some of them was half, and it was just totally waste of money. Because then if I know, like I said, if I knew what I know then, I would not be know. And some of them, it's got this ones, some, those ones that we always use on the perfume. Some of them have them. So you cannot expect you to be using perfume that somebody else's have used the one, and you're double dipping. Like I said earlier, you'll be double dipping, putting somebody else's one that they've used and now putting it on yourself. You don't know what kind of things that the person have on their skin. So you are now transferring it to yourself. So that is why I said, do not buy perfume, used perfume on eBay. It does not worth it. And there are some that are, don't get me wrong, there are some that has good deals that they have not used at all. All you need to do is to ask question. I beg your pardon, to ask question from the buyer and say, please, how is this stored? How did you keep it? Like I said, all those things you want to ask them. You want to ask them, how does it store? Is it on a consistent temperature? Did you things that we talked about earlier? You want to ask those questions. Even the one as well. When we double dip, because even us buying our own as well, we use this. Sometimes when you use your one, all you need to do, even yourself that you're using, you're the only one using the one perfume. All you need to do, just get a tissue or a wipes or anything. You just wipe it off. Wipe it before you double dip, before you put it back in the product, because you do not want to be transferring germs back into your product. So that is that. And some of them, when you're asking questions, some are the tips or some description that they give to you in buying this product. They will say to you that, it was a gift, or I didn't like the smell, blah blah blah. They'll be giving you different type of excuses that the reason why they are selling it. But you have to be very smart by asking them some questions. How was it protected? How was, things like that. You need to ask them, how is it stored? You need to have, even if it doesn't come from his original box, but you just need to ask this question. Because why? You want to be safe. Be safe and don't use things that somebody else's have used. So that is that. So the next one that I will be telling us is, don't spray perfume directly to the skin. Even essential oil. You should always dilute your perfume. That is essential oil. But perfumes, I have given us an example from the beginning how we can use our favorite perfumes. If you want to wear perfumes, make sure you spray it on your clothes. It is very bad for us to spray directly to the skin. It is bad. We don't want to go there. Because why? Remember, our skin absorbs all this thing. It absorbs it. And it's going directly to the bloodstream. We don't want to put perfume, especially on the naked skin. We don't want to do that. Essential oil is the same thing. Even as essential oil came from plant, we still need to dilute them before we can use it. So that is the fourth tips that I gave us. The fourth tips, the 4 tips that I gave us. We don't expose perfumes. Don't expose perfume bottles to heat. Don't shake your perfume bottles. Don't buy used perfume on eBay, and don't spray perfume directly to the skin. So those are the 4 don'ts. Then now let's go to the benefit of using perfume, right? The benefit of using essential oil. Now we finished with the perfumes. Now we're going to essential oil. Essential oils are very good. There are some that helps us. There are some that is herbal essential oil. So there are some list of perfumes that helps us to balance our hormones. There are some of us who that every woman do when you get to your matured age. Every women do our monthly period, and our mood is all over the place. One minute you're so angry, another minute you're so moody. You just don't know. We can't just figure out what is causing all these things. Sometimes it's not even you, it's just your hormones playing up. So sometimes we need some essential oil to help us to balance those hormones going all over the place. And for some of our women, we are already on menopause. There are some essential oils as well that is good for menopause. Women that is already on menopause, oh my God, sometimes women are very moody. We are very, very moody. So essential oil that helps with balancing of hormones, we have geranium. Geranium is a very good, though it is expensive. Geranium is very expensive. You see a very tiny bottle like this of geranium, my God, it is expensive. You may be buying this for about 20 quid or 50 quid. It depends on how quality the geranium is. So you could be getting something this tiny for that price. So geranium is very, very expensive. It helps us to balance our estrogen and also our progesterone. So all those things help. Geranium helps. What's it called as well? Thyme also helps us to balance the levels of the body. So it helps. Then for the menopause women, some of our women who are already in menopause, you could try rose hip oil. Rose hip oils are very, very good. It's good. It helps with your mood. Some of us, we have mood swings. It helps with mood swings. So the way you can easily use this product, like we said earlier, that we do not want to put perfume directly to the skin, even if it is essential oil that comes from the plant. We do not want to put them on our naked skin. So what we can easily do is we set up our bath, put about 5 to 10 drops of rosehip oil, and then you lie down inside it. Depends on how long you like to take your bath, or you like to soak yourself. So it depends on that. So you want to soak yourself for 40 to 45 minutes, but make sure you have about 5 to 10 drops of this essential oil, rosehip essential oil, and it is just going to help you, calm you down, help you to balance up. So, and also there are some essential oil as well which can improve our mood, like I said, and also reduce symptoms of depression. So like lavender is very good. It helps to balance mood swings, sensitive, reduce symptoms of depression. We have yang, we have grapefruit essential oil, and we have sandalwood essential oil as well. So all these essential oils are very, very, very good for helping us to balance our hormones. So Another one that I would be so let's go straight to boosting the immunity, our fighting infection, and also boosting up our boosting us up. So we want to try some essential oil like oregon. Oregon is very good. Ginger, lemon, eucalyptus. Everybody know eucalyptus. Eucalyptus are very good. Eucalyptus, even a young baby can use eucalyptus. Eucalyptus sometimes during the winter time, now that the winter is coming, we can drop few of eucalyptus on our children's pillowcases. Like now, if they have, like, blocked nose, unable to breathe properly and things like that, you can drop 2 on the left side, 2 drops I mean. And sometimes the mouth of the fragrances is just always like this. Can you see, guys? Can you see? So it's always like this tiny. So you want to drop about 2 of this on there, and the other side as well. So left and right of the mattress, of the pillow, you want to drop that. So by the time the young babies or young child is turning left, they are inhaling that. They are turning right, they are inhaling that. So it helps to clear the chest and have a better sleep. So that is that for the winter time. So because eucalyptus is very minty, we all know that. And the another one that I'll be sharing with us is frankincense. Frankincense is very expensive. We know that Jesus Christ used frankincense. So frankincense is very expensive as well. So we can use frankincense. We can use peppermint. Peppermint is just like what is it called? Like eucalyptus. So eucalyptus and peppermint, they are similar in minty. Is very minty and pepperish. So we want to be very slow with those things. And as well, what's it called? Cinnamon as well. Cinnamon is also very good, and it is good for your hair. It's very good for your hair, and it helps to stimulate blood flow when you're using it. So it is very good. Now, to support our digestive system, ginger essential oil is an example, right? It promotes your digestive health by easing indigestion. So ginger is very good, and I've already shared one video before. I shared the video about ginger, how you could do your own ginger powder. Sometimes, now that the summer is gone now, you could cut your ginger, because the summer is over now. You could put your ginger in the oven, not very high, maybe 100 or 100 Celsius, not too hot. You want to make it dry. You want to make it dry naturally. Even though the summer is off now, it will be good if we're still in summertime. But because I did my own during the summertime, and I had ginger powder, so ginger is very good. You could use it this way. If you don't want to use the oil, you can use it. Dry it up. Once it's dry, blend it up, and you could be using it as normal, like tea. It helps to digest your food. It helps to digest the food. So it's very good. It helps with the digestive system. So you want to go check that out. You could also research this. Ginger is very good for us. And also to boost energy level, peppermint is very good. It increases blood oxygen, concentration, and improve exercise performance. For those of us who are athletic, we do a lot of exercises. Peppermint is very good. You want to go slow with it, like I said. You don't want to be going too crazy with all this essential oil. And for some of us who suffer a lot from acne, we want to try tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is very good. Like I said to us, please do not put any essential oil directly to your skin. Please always make sure you dilute all these things. Always make sure, like essential oil and fragrance oil, There was a day I made a product for somebody, because we manufacture product. Sometimes I do bespoke product for people. So you tell me the kind of skin combination you have, I could make some product for you. So I made something for this lady one day, and then she was like, "Oh, Nikki, how come it doesn't smell raw, it doesn't smell strong. I want it to smell very strong." But one thing that people do not know is that I was now explaining to the lady, don't let me switch the experience. I was now explaining to her. I said, "Look, listen, we are not allowed to we are not allowed to put excess. Any product that you're doing, you need to have a quantity of what is allowed in European cosmetics. I have a safety assessors. When I make product, the product that I sell, they assess it, they test it, and it is safe to use. So if I'm now adding more than what is expected of me to add, then I'm going to be in trouble. You understand? So if I'm putting excess, you're not supposed to put excess. Don't go crazy with essential oil. Don't go crazy with it. If you don't know what you're doing, you cannot be playing with essential oil. You cannot be playing with it. So she was like, I now had to sit down and I explained to her. I said, "Look, listen, I study all these things. I know all this stuff. If I do more than what is expected of me, when the time comes, you could sue me. And then when I get my lawyer, when my safety assessors say, okay, Nikki, what's the problem? What's the product? Blah, blah, blah. I get the product to them. This is what she used. And then they find out that I have used more than what is expected. So where do I go from there?" She won't be telling me that, "Oh, I was the one who told her to add more to it." You see where that is? So you are not supposed to use more than what is expected of you. Like now, there's what we call there are 3 levels of adding the essential oil to your product. There is the light, the medium, and the strong. Even though sometimes you put, large to some people's product, they will still be like, "No, I still want more inside it. So sometimes, because we don't know all these things, I'm not blaming anybody, right? Because we don't know all these things, we are not supposed to put more than what is expected. So always make sure that we are safe with what we are using. We don't want to be going crazy with these things. And the essential oil is not something we want to be playing with. It is, if you don't know them, if you don't know your product, you cannot be touching them. So, and I'm going to give us another tips, making your own perfumes. I know some of us will want to make our own perfume. Like I was saying as well, because like I said, that we make products, we have a manufacturing companies. All we deal with is essential oil. We are into soaps making. We do soaps, organic soaps. So we use only essential oil. There's 2 secrets about fragrance oil and essential oil. The secret about them is that if you're manufacturing soaps, let me give you an example of what happens when we manufacture our soaps. What happens is that when we put our fragrance oil inside it, fragrance oil normally evaporate. Right? Did you get that? Fragrance oil evaporate. Oh, sorry. Essential oil, I beg your pardon. Essential oil evaporate. Fragrant oil stays in. So if you are putting something like lavender in your product, you're putting sandalwood, you're putting bubble gums, all those things, essential oils evaporate. Fragrant oil stays inside your product. It does not leave. You get me? Because remember, I said it is synthetically made. It is synthetic. It is not naturally. It's not it's manufactured in a synthetic way. So because you are trying to mimic a smell, you could get, I'm telling you, if you want to get a chocolate smell, you will get a chocolate smell. You want to get something that smells like an ocean, you will be able to get it. You just type, say you want any perfumes, you will be able to get them. Because why? They are mimicking a smell. They mimic smell, they mimic smell. So all these things, they mimic them. So you are not, it is not natural. It's not natural. So you will be expecting, even sometimes when you say you want to smell like burger, because there was a program I was watching one time, the guy was said, so people were like, oh, you smell like burger. And then they were like, oh, it is burger fragrances. So you can get anything, you just name it. But essential oil, you can't get everything from essential oil. Essential oil are limited, but fragrance, they mimic them. They mimic them, and they could make any smell. Like there was one day I made a shampoo for my daughter, and the shampoo that I made, shampoo is wash off. So I made this shampoo because it's a wash up. So I use fragrance oil. And the reason I don't usually use fragrance oil, like I said earlier, I don't use fragrance oil. But because it was a wash off, there are two things. There are stay on product and they are wash off. So the wash off that I made for my daughter was a shampoo. And I made the product for her. And for good 3 days, I'm serious, 3 days, the whole house was still smelling of this fragrance oil. So imagine playing with fragrance oil. You understand what I'm saying? So fragrance oil could smell. Essential oil, it's moderate. It does not smell. So imagine if you're using essential oil crazy. You don't want to be using it so crazy. And that time I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be putting. And it was small that I did. It was small. I didn't go to medium, neither did I go to strong smell. I only did light smell. But still yet, it was all over the house. The whole house was smelling of fragrance oil. So that is that with fragrance oil. We don't want to be playing with them. It's not safe. If you are using essential oil, we want to be also very gentle with them. We don't want to be going crazy. Like I said, 2 products, leave on and rinse off. Leave on, rinse off. Leave on is when you put product in your body. Look like some soaps now. Some soaps you apply to your body. In your description, they will say leave it for 2 to 3 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes for your leave-on. Those are what is called leave-on product. But if it is rinse off, it's just shampoo is a rinse off. Once you apply shampoo on your head like that, you're washing it off straight away. But leave-on is just like conditioner. You leave conditioner on, you leave them on. So imagine you're putting chemicals. All these things go inside our bloodstreams. We don't want to be playing with all these things. So if you want to do your own perfume, you want to say, okay, I want to try to do my own perfume. And another thing, before I go to give you the tips of how you can do your own perfumes, is when you are buying product, especially for your face, please make sure you are not buying anything that has a lot of fragrance in it. Because why? Our face is very sensitive. Okay, it is very sensitive. Reason why some of us have what is called this place is it becomes patch, what's it called, we develop high back there. Sometimes it's to do with sleep, don't get me wrong. This place gets even darker, even though it is naturally dark. Everybody have this place to be very dark, but sometimes all this chemical stuff could even age us quickly. It could accelerate age in our face, because we are packing too much of chemicals in our body. So make sure when you're using creams, don't use creams that has for the face. Don't use cream that has fragrance. seriously, it's not the best. You see, some of us, we begin to develop tags in our faces. Even some of that is hereditary, but all these chemicals also cause them, and it's, you just see all of a sudden our face become to age quicker. So we don't want to be using product we don't know. So try as much as possible not to use product, creams, things that would accelerate age. Because even try to also educate our children as well, because some children, I remember I did cream for this my cutie girl and a boy. I love them so much, and their dad was telling me one time, he said, look, if it doesn't smell nice, they are not going to use it. And I was like, I had to sit them down and I was educating them. I said, look, listen, it is not how good the smell is. You think about the chemicals that this thing was it's used to make this product. If I'm using essential oil for you, it has to be minimum. I don't want to be in trouble with my safety assessors. So we don't want to be putting too much of things. So we try. So I tried. So my lovely friend, he was like telling me, please educate them for me, please. And I was explaining to this lovely kid, I said, please, it is not that it needs to smell good. Though it needs to smell good, but we don't want to be crazy. A little is enough, so that it will not be, remember, anything excess, it's not good, it's bad. So we do not want to be going too much crazy with smells. Everybody wants to smell good. We've given us tips how we can smell good. We can have our roll-on. Make sure we don't smell, especially in summertime. We could use our roll-ons and things like that. But the perfumes, make sure you spray your clothes, your garments. I've given us the samples. Any lighter cloth, perfume is going to show the oil on it. Anything, so you don't want to spray that. From the beginning, I gave us the samples. I gave us an example how we can spray and wear our favorite perfumes by spraying the hair and then take our garment through that, and that would stay on our clothes. Or if we want to spray our dark clothing, we want to spray this directly to our skin, we will spray that on that, but it will not show any signs of oil on the skin, so on the garment, sorry. So that is that. So to make our own perfumes, right, I'm going to give you the tips. We can buy real essential oil. Some essential, I'm not promoting any brand, right? I hope I'm covering that, okay? We can buy some essential oil. It comes in this kind of stainless steel bottles. These are real essential oil. And I can say geranium, very expensive, but see how tiny this is. I can't tell you how much I bought that. So some are very, very expensive, right? They are expensive. So these are the small ones. And some fragrance oil comes in this kind of transparent bottles, right? But you would not want to be keeping that out. Like I said, we don't want to expose to sunlight. So when we buy them, because I don't know, because I asked my manufacturer, my supplier, that okay, if this is coming from the transparent plastic or bottles, they said okay, it is packaged properly, it's not exposed to the sun and things like that. So when we are buying something like this, we want to keep it in our locker, away from the sunlight, like I said at the beginning. Then there's another ones that comes with this kind of bottles. I'm covering the brand. I don't want everybody to see that. I'm not trying to promote or to advertise for any company, right? This is it. So another one comes this kind of bottles, right? So essential oil. So there is another one as well, comes in this kind of bottles. So these are the list of essential oils that I have, and a lot of more, because I do a lot of products. So I buy a lot of perfumes. I know my perfumes, I know my oils, my fragrances, and my essential oil. So if you want to do your own perfumes, you could simply buy what is called top note, middle note, and bottom note, and the base note. So that's why I said you need to be knowing your product. You need to know your essential oil before you are able to do all your kind of perfumes. So if you say, let's take for instance now, you get, I'm giving you all this because these are my top notes, my bottom notes, and my base notes. So I know my perfumes very well. So these are the bottom, middle, and top notes, right? So like lavender, now I'm going to give you an example of lavender. Lavender is a top note and also the middle note. So what I mean is that when you're branding your own perfumes, you don't want to be like, you want people to be curious. What is that smell she's wearing? What is that smell he's wearing? Nobody is able to figure out what you smell. So they will be like, what's that smell? What's that smell? They want to know what you're wearing. So nobody knows your kind of perfumes. They don't know what you're wearing. So that's why you need to have your bottom, middle, top, middle, and bottom note, and the base note. So these notes are, it's what creates perfumes. So you want to know that. Like I said, I'm just going to give you just one tip for your, okay, I've given you one tip already. And the tip is lavender. Lavender is a bottom and also middle tone fragrance. And the peppermint as well. Peppermint can be middle and at the same time base notes. So those are the essential oil, the use and use. And sometimes we can also buy real essential oil as well. For some of us who have body aches, body aches and things like that, we could buy essential oil, put them in the oil, and then we use it to rub our body. That's what we do in the spa. So those are the stuff. And also those who suffer a lot from eczema, you don't want to be using too much of perfumes. It's not good. It triggers your eczema. So you don't want to be crazy. Everybody, like I said, if I did not go to study all this stuff, I would not be sharing it with you today. You understand? So sometimes we don't know all this stuff and we'll be like, I'm crazy about it. I want to smell nice. The cream that doesn't smell nice, I don't want to go there. But we don't know what kind of chemicals we are pumping in our body. From the beginning of the video, I said 50 to 200 chemicals are combined together to mimic a smell. There is no way they could get a smell without mimicking it. So they mix chemicals together to make a particular smell. So please, if you are playing with essential oil, you're playing with fragrance oil, you can try, mix and match, try, and do your own stuff. But don't start going crazy with it and say you want to be rubbing it on your body. It's not safe. It's not safe. You need to know what you're doing before you start playing with all these things. So I do hope I was able to give you some tips. And please, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and please help me to share as well. Bless somebody with this, because knowledge is power. Things that we do not know, because over how many years, 6 years ago, I didn't know what I know now. So sometimes when we know stuff, it helps us to know things more. So I'm sharing with you without having to, it's all free, and all these things are free. So please comment, share, and like the video. And I hope I was able to communicate with somebody today. And I would see you in my next video if I have any other things I would like to share with you guys. So have a good evening and God bless you. Bye-bye.